Hello gourmet friend, how are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to make this famous and delicious French dish, the steak tartare. The one made in my own town of Paris. This dish is a gourmet classic and is served in every Parisian bistro. The combination of seasoned cold ground meat with hot chips will leave in your mouth this unique umami, savory flavor and unforgivable taste. Also, I'll give you a little bit of origin of steak tartare. In the old time, apparently, the legend goes that the Tartare tribes moving west didn't even have time to stop or cook their food. They said to have kept the meat underneath the saddle and minced it in this way. But that's only the legend. Okay? And remember, if you like this video, at the end, give us a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my humble channel, of course, and ring this bell there and you'll never miss my next video. Okay, now, without further ado, let's start it. Let's start to make the steak tartare. This dish is easy to make because you only need a good meat, okay? Today I got some skirt steak, very tender and very fresh. Now, it's made with 3 different ingredients. Firstly, you mix some vegetable, then some sauce, then some mayonnaise with salt and pepper. That's very easy to do. The Tabasco here will bring a touch of sourness, but the egg yolk will give this taste of fattiness. The shallot and the capers will give this bite and perfume. The whole lot will be amazing. If prepared properly, the steak tartare is generally safe to eat. You can reduce the risk of transferring the bacteria by following my tips. Alors, number 1, use always gloves when handling raw meat. Number 2, use very fresh meat and fresh eggs. And number 3, keep the meat and the eggs chilled all the time. And number 4, eat your steak tartare immediately after assembly. You will never have any problems. The first thing that we have to do is to remove the fat and the sinew of the meat if there is some. Then I'll be putting the meat in the freezer for the time I'll prepare my ingredients. Slice the shallot lengthwise into thin strips, holding the base. Now, turn the shallot a quarter turn and slice again into thin strips. Now, finely slice the shallot from the top. You will get small pieces of shallots that will be easy to mix and easy to digest. Okay, now we're going to dry the gherkin and chop them very fine. I use a very sharp knife. Now chop the little cornichon in the same method than for the shallots to obtain the tiny cubes, very easy to mix and digest. Now let's chop the parsley in tiny bits. Now, and to finish, chop the capers very finely too. Now, my 4 vegetable ingredients are ready. Let's mince the meat. Okay, now with my meat from the freezer, as you can see, it's very cold. We're going to cut it short. You could ask me, alors, what type of meat should I use for the steak tartare? In France, we use the pavé, it's a rump, and like this one a little bit. The reason is we don't use much fillet in France. I know it's very expensive, but also it's flavorless. It's not blend the taste. This type of meat got much flavor. Also, you can chop by hand if you want, but I prefer to use the grinder. But you have to be careful. If you use the small grid, you may find your meat a little bit mushy. So if you got a bigger grid, use the bigger grid or do by hand. Okay, now we're going to cut the meat in little strip first. And remember, meat is fragile. Never touch fresh meat that you put in your mouth direct in contact with your hand, okay? Okay, so I was explaining before, you see the meat is cut big. You don't want too thin, it'll be too mushy all the way, okay? Our meat is minced and we'll give it a shape by filling it in a cookie cutter. Now I fill the mold with a mince and compress lightly with the back of a cup. Now remove the cutter and voila, your steak is ready to serve. Now we separate your eggs and keep the yolk in the half shell and display it on the top of your freshly minced steak tartare. Voila! Your steak tartare is nearly ready to serve. You can observe the shiny red color of your very fresh ground meat. I am sure you will resist the temptation to buy supermarket ground beef with brown color. Now you can display the ingredient the way you will present your steak tartare to your customer. Okay, that's a usual presentation of steak tartare presented to customer in every Parisian restaurant when the customer desire to prepare them themselves. Now I'm going to do the maître d' and prepare the steak tartare in front of my customers. I am using a larger plate with higher side and I will start to do the mayonnaise first. Firstly, I add the yolk, then a spoon of Dijon mustard, then salt and pepper, stirring continuously with a fork. Then I'll be adding the vegetable oil in a small quantity, stirring continuously with a fork. When the mayonnaise is formed, I am adding the seasoning, that means Tabasco, Worcester sauce, tomato sauce, stirring continuously with a fork. And I will add the vegetable in a small amount. Now you can add the meat and mix well with 2 forks. It's very easy like that. That's it, your steak tartare is ready. Just check the seasoning and serve your customer. Use a cookie cutter to add shape to your steak tartare, or be adventurous and create a shape of your choice. On a clean plate, fill up a cookie cutter with the tartare meat. Now you can compress slightly with the bottom of a cup. Now you can remove the cutter and voila! Your beautiful steak tartare is ready. My favorite one is to present the tartare in the shape of a heart. Using 2 forks will help you to create new shapes. That's another way to present your steak tartare. When your steak tartare is ready, Now you can add the garnish required. That means chips, salad, depending of what the customer choice is. That's another way to decorate your steak tartare. The steak tartare presented in the shape of a heart. Okay? Yummy! Now enjoy your steak tartare. Now, after tasting, that's beautiful. The combination of seasoned cold ground meat and the hot chips will leave in your mouth this unique umami, savory flavor and an unforgivable taste. Remember, the Tabasco will bring a touch of sourness, the egg yolk this fattiness, and the capers and the shallot will bring the bite and the perfume. Remember, if you like this video, at the end, give us a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my humble channel, of course, and ring this bell there and you'll never miss my next video. Okay? Now, thank you for watching and see you soon with another video.